Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new Battlefield 1 lore video with me, X Specialist. Today we're going to be covering the Battle of St. Quentin Scar, or the Battle of Mont Saint-Quentin, if you will. This is centered around the St. Quentin Scar map that we saw earlier on when Battlefield 1 squads first appeared, as well as the first map we saw from... this is the map with the giant blip on it, and it is settled around this basic mountain that was a German stronghold, but we're going to get into more in-depth on what this actually is, to give you guys a little bit more of a backstory on, the land that we'll be fighting on in the game, because I believe the map is as similar to this as possible. So, the Battle of Mont Saint-Quentin, which was fought on the Western Front, it was from the 31st of August through the 3rd of September 1918, located near Mont Saint-Quentin, along the some river near Péronne, Picardy in France. We had the Australian Empire versus the German Empire, and the push of the Australians during this fight is described as the greatest military achievement during the 100 Days Offensive. The goal, however, for the Allies was to cross the Somme River, but the big obstacle in the way being the Mont Saint-Quentin, the German stronghold. This was the key to the German defenses along the entire Somme line, and obviously the Somme River runs through this French town of Picardy-Péronne. At around 5 a.m. on the 31st of August, 1918, as well as under the support of artillery fire, two very underprepared Australian battalions decided to charge up the mountain, going batshit crazy. After a quick surrender by the Germans due to the nature of the rush and the catching of them off guard, the Germans had no choice but to surrender, and the Australians, not wasting any time, would push forward right through the main German trench line. While pushing forward, though, the troops that were left behind for Australians actually lost control of the crest of the mountain, and the Germans would hold on to it for a little bit while longer, but eventually Australians regrouped and retook the hill, which was good for them. After seizing Mont Saint-Quentin, Australian forces moved and took most of the French town Péronne, which was just a little bit north of the mountain itself, and it was on the other side of the Somme River. And this basically would have them be able to move on to the next phase of the 100 Days Offensive. I do believe this was the third battle of the 100 Days Offensive. They say it's like, people say, the 100 Days Offensive was one solid war. No, it wasn't. 100 Days Offensive was a sequences of wars, some of them being the huge ones. Obviously, this one, not a big one, that most people know about, but is a very important victory for the Allies, thanks to the German inability to take out the Australian forces. And it's said that over 20% of the attacking force, being obviously the Australians in this point, because German were defending, 20% of the Australian forces were listed as casualties. They don't have an exact number listed online for these guys, but 20% of a small force, that's pretty bad. And you gotta just picture, how crazy it must be to have this mountain, and the Germans have all the view of your army. They can see everything, and you're using trenches to get to the top, and it's just gotta be crazy. It's still hard to fathom when I'm doing research on this video for you guys, just the stories that come out of these attacks, and yeah. But short video for you guys. I like to keep these very short but informative, so you guys learn the backstory without getting too bored. Some of them that are coming up might be a little bit longer. This one was not as long because there wasn't too much information on this, because it wasn't that long of a battle. But some of the ones that I would like to get into are the Battle of the Cell, the Sinai-Palestine campaign, Foul Fortress, and Suez Canal. These are all ones that are associated with the rest of the maps that we have coming out for Battlefield 1 multiplayer, as well as backstories to the campaign. So stay tuned throughout the next week for more history lore videos, and yeah guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video. Have a great day.